Are you a Christian woman entrepreneur looking to increase your income, your impact, and your faith?
Are you ready to dream the impossible, knowing that with God, all things truly are possible?
It's time to create divine millionaire momentum while keeping God as your CEO. Join me, Allie Porter, your Christian Connector Concierge.
And me, Elise Smith, your Christian business strategist, as we unite our shows to bring you a dynamic and faith-infused experience.
In this inspiring show, you'll gain access to powerful insights, biblical business strategies, and the real-life stories of Christian women entrepreneurs focused on 10xing their income, their impact, and their faith just like you.
Discover how to unlock your full potential, kick that inner dream stealer to the curb, embrace a divine wealth mindset, and reach the goals that God has placed on your heart. Allie and I will guide you on a journey to not only reach your goals, but also strengthen your relationship with God as your ultimate CEO.
With divine millionaire momentum, the sky is not the limit. It's just the beginning. Tune in, dream big, and partner with God to make the impossible possible.
Your journey to divine success starts here. Welcome to the Divine Millionaire Momentum Show. We're excited to have you guys here today. We have an incredible guest joining us. So Allie, do you want to take it from here?
Yes, ma'am. All right, welcome everyone. We are so excited to have Gloria Parks here today. We're going to be interviewing her and we just love her to pieces. Oh my gosh. Gloria, thank you for being here today.
Oh, thank you.
I'm going to introduce you real quick and then I'm going to dive into who you are and what makes you you. So with that, Gloria Parks is a wife. She's a mom. She's from Alberta, Canada, and she helps people who have suffered or are suffering from chronic health problems to believe that they can create and live the life they love. And she's all about health and not just like your physical health, but also your overall well-being. And so, Gloria, I would love to ask you first and foremost, how did all of this get started? How did you know that you wanted to do this as your business?
I think I kind of came in a back door. I my back door was my own poor health. I've had several over the last 40 years. I've had several kind of instances. Well, I've had breast cancer, so I'm a breast cancer thriver, not just a survivor. I had a brain injury 14 years ago. I survived that. And I've had the usual kinds of things that people in their 70s have. So I'm in my mid 70s. And I just want to, I found solutions for dealing with my own health problems. And so I want to share what I have with with the ladies who are watching.
Wow. Can I just say that I am so impressed by you and the fact that you are in your mid 70s and you are here today and helping people. Like, I hope I'm like you when I'm 70. Like, I really, really do. I love it. I love it. Oh, all right. Well, here's what we're going to be unpacking today. So the first topic that we want to talk about is the link between health and your business prosperity. So Gloria, what would you say is that link between keeping your body healthy and really making it a priority in your life tied to business success? What would you say the link is there?
Well, I don't think I would be able to do my business if I didn't take care of myself, if I didn't have health. Even though I have chosen to help people as a result of my past ill health, uh,
Mhm.
that I have to fill my own cup.
Mhm.
I have to take care of myself and to encourage women to take care of themselves and to have a mindset to realize that the mind, body, spirit is the balance of keeping good health. So
Yeah.
the mind is the thoughts that we have, recognizing that our thoughts lead to our feelings, and our feelings lead to our actions, and our actions lead to the results we have. So realizing that I have no one to blame for whatever negative results I have. I have to go back to my own thoughts.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. And so I completely agree with you that your thoughts are things, right? Your thoughts matter. And that's part of your health, right? It's not just about eating healthy and sleeping and doing all those things that we typically think are health. It's also your mental health as well. Elise, did you have anything you wanted to add to that or any questions on that?
Yeah, I would just say, I mean, I love where you're going, but I think one of the things that really stands out to me about you, Gloria, is that you use your mess as your message. Right. And so
Exactly.
you've been through those difficult times with your health. And so you understand that it isn't just like what Ali was saying, it's not just your body that we need to take care of, but your mind and your heart and everything that goes along with that. And so I think that that's really neat that you're able to do that. And I would say you've probably been able to do that with God partnered with you, right? He's been
Yes,
able to kind
absolutely.
of give you some things along the way that will help you. And then you were able to turn that into helping other people. So I love that. It's beautiful. Yeah, great. Well, good.
Yeah.
So our next question for you then is so really understanding God's vision for your well-being as an entrepreneur. So when we talk about bringing God into the journey that you've had with your own health, and I can kind of relate because I have Crohn's disease. So I get there's a lot of, man, when you have a chronic disease, like it seems like it stops everything in your path. And that the only way that you can really heal it is to turn to God. So we want to understand helping other people that are listening or watching this, God's vision for their well-being as an entrepreneur, as it came from your story and your journey.
So I need to understand your question.
Yeah. So let me break it down a little bit more here. So how do you feel like you've partnered with God in your health journey?
So, I used to pray and not appear to get answers for my prayer. And I realized that God reveals his plan for me through my intuition. So recognizing that my intuition is my superpower.
Ooh, yeah.
Because it comes through God, you've heard, about gut feelings. When you get that hit or that inspiration, you get it in different parts of your body. In me, it's in my gut. I know when I get a message. I hear Michelle, our leader, our Girl Power Alliance leader. She talks about downloads. Well, the download is in my intuition, and to follow that. It took me a while to figure that one out, but I finally did.
Yeah. So talk to us about what that intuition looks like for you, because I bet there are people who are listening who feel like that they're not getting the answers that they're looking for, but God might be talking to them about their health or their business and them not know it. So is it words? Is it like a feeling that you get? What do you mean when it comes from your gut? Because let's dive into that.
It's a feeling. It's like, okay, there's a solution that comes through. It's the sense of peace that comes with that. Often when people, are, like we're all entrepreneurs, and when we have new plans for our life, sometimes fear comes into the picture. That's because we're endeavoring to do something we've never done before. And some people might say, oh gosh, that's too scary. And they have fear thoughts. But actually the fear thoughts are actually, as long as they're not, threatening our lives, there's fear thoughts. Fear thoughts are just a signal that we're endeavoring to do something new. And our fear can be our friend. You can recognize it, that it can be our friend.
I love
and
that.
and we take small steps. So we can ask power questions. Like a power question is, what is it you need me to do now? What is the feeling that you get when you ask that question?
I
And
love that.
uh, so if it's a fear thought, it doesn't come from the intuition. Intuition doesn't give you fear thoughts.
Yeah.
It's just a deep sense of peace that what you're doing is you're on the right path.
And
And I think
isn't
there's,
that, oh,
go ahead, Elise, go ahead.
sorry. So isn't that beautiful though, that we can have peace even when we are in a really difficult situation, right? I
Mm.
know that as I was going through a lot of my own health concerns and issues, it just seemed like everything was crashing around me at the same time. But when I brought that to the Lord, and I can tell even just in your presence, Gloria, that you've been able to find peace even though you have chronic illness, even though you're
Mm.
going through those difficult times. And sometimes you're better than others, but we can have that peace regardless when we turn to the Lord. And I think that's such a powerful message you just shared with us.
Yeah. And I
And
and I really love the fact that you brought up how, you are going to feel fear sometimes, but the important thing is to not let it drive, right? You acknowledge it and you say, "Oh, thank you. Thank you for keeping me safe, but
thank you
I
for
don't need you.
sharing.
I don't need you anymore."
No,
Because I
no.
have, I have the Holy Spirit, I have my intuition, I have the things that are keeping me calm, right? I have God by my side, and that's really the important the important thing to remember there. I love that.
Yeah, thank you. Um, hey, have you heard of Conversations with God?
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay, so the author of that, he wrote a lot of books around that. But meditation is a way of having conversations with God,
hmm hmm
and
Definitely.
giving yourself that chance to get calm and peaceful and asking the power questions.
hmm
So, I mean, Ali, I've told you a situation I'm facing now,
hmm
and the power question. Okay, at least my son is probably facing mental illness,
Mhm.
and so it's difficult to face. So the power question I'm asking myself now is, what godly qualities do I need to face this situation?
Mm.
Powerful.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah. I
That's
love how you
powerful.
call it power questions, because I mean that's exactly what it is. It helps you to find that power from God. So
mm.
Yeah.
so cool.
And
So anything else you wanted to share on that, Gloria, before we move on to our next
so,
topic?
what do I need? I had another power question is, what do I need to release? What
Mm.
beliefs do I need to release in order to deal with this or any other situation that of a challenge that I'm facing?
That's powerful. I love the releasing. It's not like you're going to lose it, you're going to
Mhm.
release it, right?
I'm
I'm
releasing.
going to release that in my life. I love that.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, that's powerful.
Um, when we're entrepreneurs, we we start with a vision. We have a vision for our lives.
hmm
In the Bible it says, without a vision, people perish. Not just men, women too.
hmm
uh, and so, I have written out a vision, and it includes my health and wellness. It includes my love and relationships, my calling, which is this business, which I call Gloria Solutions, Soul Solutions for Wellbeing,
I love that.
because I am a spiritual being having a human experience.
hmm
So I focus on my identity as a spiritual person having a human experience.
hmm
And so, calling and time and money freedom. What does time and money freedom look like to me?
hmm
And so there are questions that I use to test whether the dream or the vision is worthy of me, not whether I am worthy of the vision. Is the
Mm.
vision worthy of me? There's
Say
a
that again. Say that again. I want people to really like let that sink in for a minute. Say that again.
Okay. I want to focus on, is the vision worthy of me?
Mm.
So there are 5 questions that I ask. Does it give me enthusiasm? Do I, some people call it juice.
Mhm.
Um, does it align with my core values?
Yeah.
Um, do I need God to help me live out this vision? Is there good in it for other people? Am I going to make a contribution as a result of my vision?
Yeah. Do you feel like as you're asking those questions, um, when you're in your business or just in your life, do you feel that gut feeling that you were talking about earlier, like as an answer to those questions, or do you get like impressions or maybe does it come through another person, like, answering those questions
And
for you?
well, kind of a variety of things, but like when I get a sense of enthusiasm and uh, action, like what is it I can do now?
Mhm.
What can I do? Like, for example, if I had that fear
Mhm.
um, about what I'm embarking on, what can I do for the next 5 minutes to move that vision along? It's
Yeah,
taking those steps, small steps. What can I do in the next hour? What can I do today to move my vision ahead?
I love that. And you know what's interesting? I know we were going to talk about these other two topics and we'll kind of tie them in at the end, but you were talking about your gut and how like that's, how you feel it, right? But
Mm-hmm.
guess what? Your health is tied to that, right? And so if you're not being healthy, if you're not making that a priority in your life,
Mm-hmm.
then you won't be able to hear from the Lord the way that he wants you to know what he wants you to do, and or you won't be directed in the way you want to be directed.
Mm-hmm.
And that thought came to me as we've been talking about this whole thing, is that's why your health is so important, because God
Mm-hmm.
speaks to you through your human experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of being in a body and being able to do all of that. And again, everybody's different in the way that they hear him, but I would say that it is through our experiences, through our human experience, that he does speak to us. And so having our health be a primary thing is so important. Elise, did you have anything you wanted to add to that real quick? And then we'll.
Yeah, as I was doing, because Crohn's is all about the gut, right? And so, and it's an autoimmune disease. And as I was doing a lot of research, I found just like what you were saying, which was so inspiring, is like your gut is actually tied to your brain. Like your mindset is actually tied to your gut. Because when you're talking about the thoughts lead to your emotions and the emotions lead to action, and then that gives us the result. Well,
Mm-hmm.
it's really hard to be in a good mindset if you are struggling with your health, or especially if you're having gut problems. And you may
Mm-hmm.
or may not even know you're having those gut problems, right, Gloria?
Uh, you may not, but I kind of sense that if we use this gut analogy, if that's not working the way we want it, I think we get it in a different way. We get the messages in a way that is working.
Yes. Yeah.
You might you just like trust that, okay, right now that's not working, but
Mhm.
okay, just be open to recognizing there are signs out there. It might be someone saying something. It might be a book.
Mhm.
It might be
Mhm.
a scripture passage. Um,
Yeah. And that is
something
true.
something will supplement what's not working.
Yeah, yeah. And I do agree with that. Like that's what kind of why I was asking you, like how does he speak to you in all these different ways?
Mm-hmm.
But I do still feel like it is through the heaven, like through the human experience, right? Through our bodies, through the external things that we're experiencing in life. So I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that, Gloria. Wow, so powerful.
Well,
Um,
there is another thing. I mean,
oh
I don't
yeah, yeah, yeah,
want
yeah.
to.
Go ahead.
I'm looking at something called heart math,
Hmm.
which there's research now that um, there are brain cells in our heart, and people say, go with your heart in whatever it is you want to do. Don't just rely on your mind. Go,
Hmm.
what speaks to you in your heart? Your and so I'm looking at that. I want to investigate that more.
Yeah. And it's funny, Lisa and I are we talk about this all the time, but we are very complimentary of each other because Elise is very good with her mind and like the way that she thinks, and she's more of like the systems and structures and processes type of person. And I'm a very feeling person, almost to a fault, but like where I just the vision and the passion and the things, like I just feel everything. But I think it's important to have your heart and your mind connected, right? Because that's really where God can speak to you the most. And when we keep our minds clear, when we're healthy, when we're paying attention to what we're putting in our bodies and what even products we're using, around in our daily lives, that helps us to be more connected.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so, Gloria, the last question I had for you is, what mindset shifts do you need for a healthier, wealthier you? What are some things that people can do to shift their mindset around their health and their wealth?
I don't know about how people are really consciously noticing what they're thinking.
Mm.
You know, so okay, you're feeling a certain way now. Notice what your thoughts are,
Mhm.
and then just sort of take action because if you're feeling well, if you're feeling elated, you're feeling excited about being here. Okay, what are your thoughts that led to that excitement?
Yeah.
So I mean, I was having a few little getting ready for this morning. I was having a few little nervous moments because some things weren't working out so good, on my end. And
Hmm.
I'm like, oh God, calm down, breathe. There's some what I took my coaching from a company called Breathe Thinking Institute. So I'm a transformational life coach with the Breathe Thinking Institute as my backup, so to speak.
Hmm. Hmm.
And what they suggest is when we get these nervous thoughts, for me, it's we call DEFCON, or like it's freeze, or it's a freezing. Like there's nothing there. There's no thoughts there. It's like or it's panic.
Hmm. Hmm.
So taking about 5 breaths, you go from your sympathetic nervous system, which is the nervous system that gives you the panic.
Hmm.
You go to the parasympathetic system that gives you calm by taking as many breaths as you need, maybe just 5,
Yeah.
and
Just,
it'll sort of clear the mind.
mm, I love that.
Okay, thank you.
I
And
love that.
you know, how do you feel when you're in an indecision mode?
Hmm.
You've got a couple of choices, and it's hard for you to make a decision, and so you decide to take the best. But no, ask the power question. What is the best decision for this situation?
Yeah.
So once you make the decision, how do you feel?
Checking in with yourself, seeing
Mm-hmm.
how, yeah. Oh, that's so powerful. That's why we call them power questions. I love it.
And I love how it keeps you open too, right?
Mhm.
Like what is, as opposed to, sometimes we have to watch our thoughts when it comes to like, can I do this? Or like, it's not an if, it's a how, right?
Mhm.
And so I think that that's really powerful. Once again, the power questions, right?
Mhm.
Because it helps us to stay open to the different answers that God wants to share with us.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um, so in writing out my vision, they suggest that you say, I am so happy and grateful now that, and these are the elements of my vision. And then at the bottom it says, this or something greater.
Yeah.
So that's, you're not attached to what you've written down, you're open to something even more. It's like instead of a closed fist, you have an open.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the sort of the metaphor for what I'm trying to say.
No, I love it though. I mean, I completely agree. And I think the more open we can be, the more God can bless us because we're open to that receiving and we're open to learning more and growing more and becoming who He's created us to be.
Mm-hmm.
Um, oh, Gloria, this has been such an amazing, amazing interview. If you want to connect with Gloria, please do so. She is an amazing wealth of knowledge, and Elise and I have learned so much from her. And I'm just so grateful to have you in our circle, Gloria. You are just a ray of sunshine. We just love connecting with you all the time. And you can find her at m2tribe.com. We'll have the link to her directory listing, and you'll be able to find her website. You'll be able to find her email and just everything that she does. And you can connect with her directly there. And yeah, we just are so grateful that you've come, Gloria. And so the last question we're going to ask you is, what does Millionaire Momentum mean to you?
Well, I love your mission, and being able to help 1 million women become millionaires and make their impact.
Mhm.
It aligns with my core values about making a contribution.
Mhm.
And it's one of those God things that I found Millionaire Momentum on the Alignable platform. And I love in the Smart Connects when we connect with individuals on Smart Connects, how we lift people up, and
Yes.
I love lifting people up. Like you, Ali, I see myself as a connector of people.
Mhm.
Um, in my high school and my circle, I'm the one that seems to keep in touch with people more.
Well, you are so good at that, and I
So,
love it. I hope you send me Christmas cards because
okay.
yeah, I love it. Awesome. Elise, did you want to share anything in closing?
I've loved having you on the show here today, Gloria. You just bring such a beautiful spirit to everything that you do. Anytime you walk into a room, even if it's virtual room, you just have that beautiful spirit with you. And I highly encourage you guys to connect with her.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here, Gloria. We've thoroughly enjoyed interviewing you today. Reach out to Gloria, get to know her and her business and how she can help you in transforming your health and your wealth and just really keeping God at the center of everything. So with that, we will see you guys next week and hope you have a blessed rest of your day. Take care, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us on this inspiring journey of divine millionaire momentum.
Don't miss out on connecting with other Christian ladypreneurs and building valuable relationships. Join our free virtual networking events every Thursday at m2networking.com.
Ready to take your success to the next level? Be sure to book a call with us to explore the incredible resources, tools, and opportunities that we have to empower your journey at m2networking.com/call.
Remember, with God, all things are possible. Until next time, stay inspired, believe in Christ, and receive the wealth and prosperity that God has for you.